Hi. Today was going to be a day of me relaxing, but that doesn't happen technically when you're on a homestead. There's always something to do. Today I planned on doing, the dishes and laundry and a few other things, and then I added more. Since the weather was supposed to be rainy, but then not rainy, but then rainy again, I decided to cook off some hamburger, get it sealed to put in the seal-a-meal, which I have done. I plan on taking and finishing up some laundry, changed bedding. Because of the weather, we change our plans. As a homesteader, you have to be fluid, as they say, and you have to be able to roll with the weather because that'll dictate your day. It doesn't matter if it's raining, snowing, sleeting, you still take care of your animals, and that's what we do. We kind of watch the weather to make sure that we are getting to them before a deluge happens. And then we'll eat and we'll take care of us generally second. So as a homesteader, my tip to you would be watch your weather. It can change from 6 a.m. to noon. It's constantly updating. Today we have forecast versus nowcast, which is interesting. It's not like the old days. So you can kind of have to watch it, and there's a lot of apps that you can put on your phone to actually watch the weather and be weather aware. Another one is to expect the unexpected. I was getting ready to take care of some stuff, and one of my cats got sick, and I had to stop with what I was doing and clean it up. So that had to get done. I want to wash my dishes. I want to prep some other food for the day or for the week, actually. I'm going to make Ken some sugar-free Jell-O and some sugar-free pudding that he likes to have, and I have to stop with what I'm doing, take care of the cat, and then go do that. I'm also watching my grandson today. It's a Saturday, and I'm giving his mom and dad a break. I watch him usually during the week because they are working, and I took him today, and he's being a good boy in his room. He's playing, and next I know he'll say he's hungry. So I will probably make him a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, get him a banana, get him some juice, and just make sure he's taken care of. It's nice to be able to spend time with my grandson. If you're able to take care of your grandkids, do it. It's amazing. He's been part of our life since the day he was born, and to be able to watch him grow and see his wonder, his imagination work, it's great. He tells me that I do a good job, Grandma. He's 4. Good job, Grandma. So a couple of other tips I can give you for homesteading is be prepared. I know we can't be prepared for everything, but make a list of what's important for you and for your homestead and your family that's going to make sense to you. At my homestead, I make sure that I have wood. I make sure I have candles and, matches or lighters as well. I make sure that I have some of the emergency medical items I need, just in case. We have Band-Aids and we have antiseptics and we have syringes because I have goats. So we have items that pertain to us. So make your list and make it what you actually would use. I've known people that would be like prepping, and they would fill their freezer full of food that they really didn't eat it. It was junk food. It was just, you want to make sure that what you have is going to be healthy, it's going to sustain you, and it's going to take care of you in the long run. Take some downtime. Someone reminded me today that we are a society full of cell phones and televisions and social media, and you need to take downtime, whether it be in your garden, in your garage like Ken. He's in the garage now. He's actually cleaning some of the stuff that he needed to get to, but during a sunny day, he prefers to be outside versus inside. So today he took the opportunity to clean some of his workspace, and he's been making some signs for the house, the homestead. So let him go out and play in the garage, but that's taking time for himself. And then later on, he will probably come in and relax a little bit more. Tonight's pizza night, so we're going to be doing that for the family. But yeah, take some time for you, be it reading, going and sitting outside in the garden, enjoying sitting in the rain. Some people do. Go have a coffee. Make yourself a cup of coffee or a cup of tea and unplug from the social media. Sometimes it's important to do that. As my phone constantly is clicking. So there will be days that you just want to give up and not do a darn thing. You'd rather just sit and read or crochet or play in the garage. But you have to push on because you chose this life. You chose to raise animals, be stewards of the land. You can't just sit back. You have to take care of them. You have to feed them. You have to make sure they have water, that their needs are met. Doesn't matter if it's cows, chickens, goats, whatever you decide to raise, pigs, you take care of them, which means you put your needs second. But don't ever forget that you need to take time out for yourself as well. I'm taking the minute right now just to sit and relax, drink some water, warm up some coffee, and write my grocery list and write my menu. And that's me time, technically. I've done some of my chores this morning and I've taken care of the animals and I want to go read and I can't. Maybe later today. I'll find that 30 minutes to an hour for myself to be able to read or sit out in the sun and enjoy it. And that's okay because I chose this lifestyle. Homesteading and farming and raising animals isn't always easy. No one ever said that it was, and it's not like the picture books or what's in the magazines, what's pretty and foo-foo, bougie or whatever you want to call it. It is what it is. It's hard, but don't ever forget, take time out for you. It's imperative to take time out for you and your partner. Another really important thing that you need to do with a homestead is, for me, organization. I have a list of 2024 home improvements. I've done a 2023 home improvements, and we got probably about 95% of those things done. Yeah, it's kind of discouraging that you didn't get 100% done, but I put it on the 2024 list. Some of the stuff is really more me. I want to paint a couple of walls in the house. I want to add new lattice to my porch. Ken has his ideas, for the most, in his head, and he shares those, and sometimes I write them down. Or he'll tell me what he needs at Home Depot or the other big Lowe's, and I'll write it down so we don't forget. Having a list of things that you need to do, that you want to accomplish in the next year, or you can say 6 months. It's kind of important, and it's nice to see those check marks that's done. I use happy faces on mine, or like, oh, it was hard to do. Some of the things on my list is prepare the screen door. It's important. We're going to do some more staining on a couple of the porches, and I just noticed the other day that we had some hail damage on the railing that I did this last summer. It's kind of disheartening that it's damaged, and I have to go back over it, but that's part of maintenance. So I'm going to do that. I also need to paint in the bathroom. 6 years and we still haven't finished painting the bathroom, and it's above the door, and it's like, oh my gosh, I need to really get this done. Little things, but put it on your list of things you want to do. It's kind of cool. I have like TV shows that I want to watch so I don't forget and they get lost in translation or they get lost. So I do TV shows, home improvement. I do ideas that I might have for crocheting or for cooking. And I have a multitude of ideas that need to be done, and I don't want to forget them. Write them on a piece of paper and they get lost. Now, I've done that too. Where I've written them on paper, but get yourself into the habit of writing down what needs to be done, when it needs to be done. We have one for the property for like the duck ponds need to be done weekly. That has to be done. What else needs to be done? We need to clean the buckets for the water for the goats. Needs to be done weekly, sometimes twice a week during summer. We need to clean out the barns. We do clean out the barns once a month during the season. We don't want to let that accumulate, so we'll do it once a month. The girls get it, their barn, like the 1st, and the boys get theirs on the 15th. And then the ducks need to be cleaned, and the chicken coop needs to be cleaned. So we put that on a list of things that need to be done. Organize your time, and you will find it's much nicer to see things get accomplished. And that way you're not scurrying or feeling like, oh my gosh, I didn't get it done, and oh no, we need to get it done. But if it's in your calendar and it's on your reminders and You get your calendar beep beep telling you that, hey, it's time to clean the barn, or hey, it's time to clean the stove, or hey, it's time to clean the windows. It feels good that you're like, oh, I remember that. Okay, cool. That's done. Make yourself something that you know you can rely on, that you're going to be able to do the work and organize your time so you have time to be able to sit and relax and enjoy your homestead or your farm. You want to enjoy it as well as all the hard work you put into it. Some people say gardening isn't hard work, but I'll tell you what, it really is. Canning, we know canning is not at the best time of year. It happens in the summer, but as long as you know that you're going to be doing it, you need to get it ready, then it's not so hard. Organize your time. A friend of mine was on a social media account and she had to do something, and she was like, oh my gosh, I have to do this, and I didn't know how to do it, but I had to look it up, and I did it, and I checked on other social media, I looked at YouTube, and oh my gosh, I figured it out. And I said, that's good, you've learned something. There's always time, because she didn't think she had time to learn, but she does. If you can learn a new thing, like plumbing, she learned plumbing. We're always learning, aren't we? We're always learning how to do something. We learned canning at a very late age. We probably been canning for about 15, 20 years, but we didn't know how to do it before that. Our parents did it, our grandparents may have did it, and yet we didn't know, and so we got a book and we figured it out, trial and error. As long as you're trying and as long as you're learning, there's always a way to do something to better yourself. Right?